I
only tried to watch
college...
it because, yeah, I watched that.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
I didn't finish it, but I watched most of it last night.
Watched the whole goddamn thing.
I mean, it was good. It was definitely a good story.
Whenever I see those reenactment scenes, I want to do one of those.
Okay, you want to do it right now?
No, like for a documentary, like I want to be cast as one of the reenactees.
Yeah, no, I kind of felt the same way, but they were really good. Those actors
They were
like,
good.
Good.
Yeah.
Like the guy, what was his name? Rick
Singer.
Rick Singer. The guy who played Rick Singer killed it. Like I thought that could have been an HBO show or something.
Yeah, and he had great all of them. They really nailed that awkward pausing on the phone.
Yeah, and I kind of liked that. Sorry, go ahead. Were you about to do it?
Yeah, just the whole like they'd be like, "What do you mean?" Like they had those good little like in between like,
it's because I think they did those conversations verbatim.
Yeah.
Because you can tell they're not scripted dialogue. They didn't flow. They were really awkward, which is like what normal phone calls are like. People say weird shit.
Yeah.
So the guy was like not that, like they kept going on about how like good of a salesman he was and how, he was a smooth talker and he knew how to like, harp on people's weaknesses in the middle of a conversation. And then it cuts to the conversation and he's like, yeah, I'm in London. Cool, cold there. Yeah, I'm in London. Why'd you say that twice? Like just weird shit. Yeah, I mean, I can't, these one-way roads. It's so weird. Like it's just a little bit off. Everything he said was like just weird, Just clearly was not TV dialogue.
Also, the guy playing him had way more charisma than the actual him. The actual him, that guy's eyeballs were stone. Like there was nothing. He just looked so empty-headed.
Yeah.
And that like little pitch video for his website.
So funny.
I take my students and I'm like, how did anyone give this guy money?
Yeah. I know. He's like, we are a multinational corporation specializing in making sure your child fully sees their potential. And then they're talking to the woman that he dated. And she was like, yeah, he was like so charming. And I went on his website after and I was like, you watched that fucking video and didn't immediately ghost that guy?
Yeah, that part was
Creep
crazy.
me the fuck out.
Like older people have a different definition of charisma. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
He's just a guy that speaks his mind, like,
yeah.
That old school confidence where you don't blink and you don't emote.
I mean, that's probably what it is. I think like probably all these rich dudes who are so used to people being scared of them because they got money, right? And this guy hops on the phone and he's like, listen, it's $75K. If you want your kid to ace the SATs, it's $75K.
Yeah, it's just
like he was pretty, I don't know. He was pretty like determinate. No, that's not a word at all. I don't know.
No, yeah,
I know.
No, he was
pretty direct. He was like,
he spoke definitively. Like it was just like, these are the terms, pussy.
He's like, listen, you can use the front door. Your kid's not fucking smart enough to get in. I'm just telling you that straight up. Right now, your kid's an idiot. He's not getting into Harvard, okay? He's a dunce. Look, he's getting C's and D's, okay? You can't go in the back door because that's not a guarantee. So we got to go in my side door.
My side door. Let's go in my side door.
Cool $500K.
I also feel that the rich guys, in a way, he might have hit on a subtle... they don't usually get strong-armed. They might have liked it. Someone telling them how it is.
It seemed like they did. That's what I'm saying. It seemed
Listen
like
here,
they
bastard.
all responded to that.
This is the price. They go, ooh, I like this guy.
No one's talked to me like that.
That's what high-level business is. It's just like, who can bend over the other one?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, these guys are like multi-millionaires, and they're like, kind of feels good to be the beta.
Yeah.
For once,
That's what they look for in business after a while. Once they've made their millions, they don't really care about the money. They're looking for that good bend over experience. They want to be bent over. They've been doing the bending at a point.
Yeah.
That's
and
all
I'm sure
it takes.
We'll reach that point as investors.
Ourselves,
we'll probably reach that point.
Yeah.
Where we get sick of all the good investments we're doing. good investments.
Bud, I'll tell you, we used to do the bending. Now we want to get bent.
You got to give that guy some credit, Rick Singer or whatever.
Oh, ballsy as fuck.
Ballsy as fuck to take on, the whole entire college admissions process and the way that shit has been working forever, and to find those little loopholes and to pay the people off on the inside and to slowly build his network. Like, obviously, it's immensely shitty, but at the same time, it's like, this dude got balls. That's a crazy thing that he was actually able to successfully do.
Yeah, I think the greatest crime in all this is these schools just get to like rub their hands and be like, oh no, we didn't do that. Because
the greatest crime is that the schools aren't tried for the same thing. It's like they do the same shit. Big people write these checks to donate these buildings, and then they get a second look at their kid, and it's like, but why isn't that just the same thing?
Yeah, all they do is they just can the people who are associated, and then if names weren't named, then or if there's no proof, and they say, nah, man, get the fuck out of here. Like that dude who didn't do shit. He didn't do shit. That sailing coach.
The sailing guy, yeah.
The fact that he's a felon, a felon.
Did he get convicted?
He had to plead guilty.
What?
So he didn't serve time. So he pleads guilty, and he pays a $10K fine. He is confined to his home for like 6 months or something. He's got a 2-year probation. And his lawyer's like, I've talked to him, and he's back in school. And he's better than he was. He's better than he was. He's at home with his kids. I'm thinking, how is that not soul crushing? I mean, it is the way that guy talks.
Oh my God, he's like a puppy.
He's like, and I unfortunately, I unfortunately had the worst phone call of my life, and now I'm a convicted felon.
Like, no,
it's like, no, he's not. That guy's nowhere
close.
Yeah, he's nowhere close to a felon, man. I think that's the shittiest part, that the schools get to just go, nah, we didn't do it.
Yeah,
no, that wasn't us.
And then the way that they used the Olivia Jade footage was just so, like, dude, that like clip of her saying how much she hates school,
so
right after it's like, oh man. I know that was all over Twitter before, but for them to take that and clearly add that narrative in where they're like trying to paint her like an awful person.
Yeah. Well, the other part that obviously, I wouldn't understand, or I think either of us would easily forget, is like acceptance rate. That part completely escaped me the first time the story came out or whatever. And like when the girl said, oh yeah, when I saw her and her sister got accepted, I thought, damn, that's crazy. And it kind of clicked with me, like, oh shit, yeah, you don't really see that. Like, it is pretty rare that like siblings would land at the same school, like sort of.
No, I mean, not if you're like legacy. Didn't her mom go to USC or her dad or something?
I don't know.
No, neither of them went to college.
Yeah. So that's what the big deal was
yeah.
Like,
so then it's rare. Yes.
Oh, but if your parents went, then.
Well, I mean, if your parents went, it probably means they've been donating for a long time, which means they have a better shot of going. And so that's why you see like a lot of siblings go to the same college if the parents went to the good college.
Schools are just a fucking pyramid scheme, man. This shit is crazy. At least like the Ivy Leagues and stuff.
I mean, what's crazy is that like I'm listening to this podcast, and the host is like one of the smartest people I've ever listened to. Like the guy's like a legitimate genius, and he went to UCLA or he applied to UCLA, I think, when he was like college aged, and the acceptance rate at that point was like 56% or something like that.
Dang,
he didn't get in. This guy's like super fucking smart. He didn't get in. Now UCLA acceptance rate I think is 6%. It's like impossible to go to college.
To one of those colleges. That was like one of the main points that they, one of the dudes makes
16,
at the end.
Hold on, 16%. No. The total acceptance rate across U.S. campuses, oh yeah, wait. 16%. That's what it is. Sorry. 16%.
That's insane. It's pretty insane.
I mean, it's hard as fuck to go to a good school, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, at least one
now,
of the,
especially, it's like impossible.
The Big Ten or whatever. Yeah, that was one of the main points, though, that a guy makes at the end of the documentary, where he says the quality of the education isn't any different. There's plenty of schools in America that offer you the same education. It's just this bullshit like system that they create. And one guy says the thing that's fucked up about all this is that these schools are going to claim prestige because, you know, oh, look at this. Look at all these celebrities that were and businessmen that were willing to go to prison just to get
and
in
investors.
Our shit. Yeah, and investors. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, that's what matters with college. The biggest thing that matters is the credential right now. I mean, you can access every Harvard class online for free, and it's been like that for like 10 years now. Every single one for free. You can have a Harvard education for free on your own time, but it doesn't matter. No one's gonna look at that on a resume and be like, "Oh, what the fuck?" It's like just the name that fucking matters, and it's messed up.
Yeah, it's messed up, dude.
And frankly, it's messed up.
Yeah, I had like my last semester of college, I had this realization that I was like, dude, I've just been paying to go to a glorified community college. I've been robbed. I was so pissed.
Yeah.
I was so pissed.
Dude, I went to CSUN.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What was that?
I walked around the campus. It was beautiful, actually. I loved it.
Yeah, it was
It looked like a cool, like the pool is like all sunken and, you know what I'm talking about? It's like a student area or something like that where there was a pool, but there was a walkway. It's like above it. You know?
No.
Did you not go to campus very often?
I mean, campus for me, it's like I just went to like the business area of the campus, like
the investor side.
The investor side, basically. Yeah. Nah, it's a weird school, bro. Just because it's like it's a commuter school. Like, not many people live near campus, or they do, but living on campus is like you probably moved from somewhere. Like, yeah. But that's not a great way of illustrating what I'm trying to say. What I mean is, I don't think many people move to CSUN. So it's like, it's kind of limited. So to live there, like you have to be a sort of a specific person. Whereas I feel like other larger colleges, you know, people move there like from all over. Yeah. But yeah, that's why like the parking structures are fucking insane. And like the parking is,
they're huge. Yeah, that's what Kelsey said. She's like, parking was a hot commodity. It's like it was crucial in your experience, or like it basically like defined your day. If you couldn't find parking by the time you got there, it would fuck your whole shit up.
Yeah, it like, dude, how many times I had to park literally 2 blocks from campus and walk that shit in. Some days, like I'd go, and if I did like laps and I couldn't get a spot, I'm like, not going to class, just not doing it. Later.
You didn't have like a cool little ripstick or anything? You could just rip.
Nah, there was one dude on campus who had that, and everybody was like, look at all fucking high school boy over here, but everybody wanted it.
Yeah,
everybody wanted it.
Yeah,
because The campus is fucking huge.
It was nice though, really nice. I thought it was a good little like area in front of the library or whatever. Yeah, the quad.
Yeah,
the quad.
L quad.
I liked it.
It was a nice spot. Yeah, they used that shit in Star Trek. I forget which one, but that was cool.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah. So, yeah, guys, you don't have to go to Ivy League. I think that's the point of this whole conversation.
Yeah, and I think that I see it starting right now. There's like a lot of like innovation in the college space. I think a lot of people are trying to innovate in terms of like exactly what I was saying, where it's like college, the only reason people go, or the only reason to go, is for the network and for the credential. And I think that being the case, I don't think that you'll have to actually go to a big name school to get those two things in the future. No, I think there's going to be a lot of ways that you can earn, or I guess like people like shorthand. Like people like to look at a resume and be like, oh, you studied with this person, or you did this thing, or you did this thing in a couple words.
Yeah.
This like that now validates you.
Yeah.
And I think there's going to be other ways to do that in the future. Like very close, very soon.